Present day. Present time.
You know, I keep hearing how bad Assassin's Creed Shadows is, but I actually want to see it for myself. So let's go check it out. Pull out our handy dandy terminal. Just launch that. So on the front page. Hmm. Wonder why. Oh, doesn't usually a game that big is in the front page? Hmm. Or is it? I can't really see. Not even in the top. You know, a Ubisoft game, you would think it's on the front page. Why is it not even like not even trending? Okay, I guess we gotta look this one up. Oh, okay. Let's go. Where's that part? Bros out reviews. Let's see. Microtransaction single player. Microtransaction in a single player game never cease to piss me off. You know, you would think that by now they learned their lesson not to do that. Remove Ubisoft Connect, its ass. Oh yeah. They do this thing where they make you log into their page and sometimes they have like licensing issues where you have to like contact Ubisoft to ask for it. Even people from different cultures. I'm pretty sure that's Japan. I can't play the single player game because of an issue with Ubisoft Connect. You know, that's the thing I was saying about the licensing issue with the whole Ubisoft and stuff. If you're gonna sell a game, why you make us get a second launcher? Support is taking their sweet time to respond. I made a video on that. I made a full video on that. How I basically contacted them and the response was like, in other words, they basically told me to go screw myself. Thank you for the free money. That's typical Ubisoft. According to some forums, it might take a month until they get a request. So until that, I can say about this game seriously, man, get this account requirements online out of single game already. Forge Ubisoft Connect launcher. Yep, again, customer support locked me out of Ubisoft account. See, you know, there's actually another thing that when you buy the game, let's say you buy the game and you don't want to, you want to freaking return. While the game is downloaded, it counts it as you're playing the game. So when you ask for your refund, they can't give you a refund. Let me see. So this is my first game review. Um, let's read this whole thing. So this is my first game. Let me clear. I played 3.4 hours and I just was not there. The story is fell blind asking for a code and getting on. You know what? I did see that on the gameplay. The whole story in the beginning seems kind of like go here, go there, but there's no really like. It's not like in other games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 where you go here, go down, but you're actually learning things that you're gonna like important things, you know, and it ties out with the story. I can't even comment on the African samurai. You play him for 10 minutes and then you're stuck with Stealth Lady, whose story is just revenge. I need revenge. Let's recruit people for the rest of the time in the game. I feel like I could get basic language models to write better story in time I play this game. If I wanted to watch historical drama based in Japan, I would not to mention the but just doesn't work. Really, it doesn't. If you're going to play a game, folks, torn English. But back at the cutscene, I don't even know the graphical setting matter to people. Polish and detail is just not it. We're in 2025. Face. Ew, this guy is really mad. Holy shit. I want to read some of the other reviews, but so far what I'm reading, sheesh. This guy's pissed off. This guy is real mad. Product refunded. Oh. Yo, this guy didn't even last 20 minutes. No point 20 hours. Yo, I recommend it. Let me see. Holy shit, people are not just writing this is how you know the game is actually bad. People are not just writing the game as bad just for the hate. They're actually wrong. They're writing actual like full this guy even put all his specs. Look. They're writing full-on essays. I was generally happy for Assassin's Creed Samurai, Shinobi Feudal Japan. Two of the player were characters. It sounded like a dream, but after spending 2.2 hours thinking, yes, I'm going to turn pushing through, it gets better. Honestly, I'm frustrated and disappointed we're here right now. Let me say up front, this game is on my SSD, not slow drive. Performance issue aren't even yet. Somehow, low screen is still constant. Oh, they went with the Bethesda loading screens. You'll hit one and Trim Fender's talking to an NPC or moving to a zone even has stuttering cutscene. We're XPS pies. Pause mining drum, medium, show smooth. Basically, the game is poorly optimized. Combats recycle on the woman, the same animations repeat constant. I saw the same beheading sequence within the first of encounters. So basically, like, it's the same kill scenes, like, you know how they say they're gonna make assassinations and stealth kills better? They're all the same. It's the same thing repeating itself. So calculate is pushing, but even if it feels broken, half of the time assassination prompt doesn't show up. Ooh, damn. So it's not even showing up. It like skips it. Even when you're clearly in position. Oh, like the button to appear. Okay. Worst enemy marking systems are unreliable trying to attack enemies and so it doesn't even work consistently. The pointers won't load. When it does, it's often attacks enemies in the moments later. Ooh, lag. That's annoying. So this game is basically unplayable. This is a game aiming system that's used to throwing knives and extra frustrating when you can't even line up a shot properly. And UIs decide not to cooperate. Story-wise, painfully flat so far. You get to play a Yasuke about 10 minutes, then gets shuffled into I don't know how to read that name, revenge storyline. So, yeah, because 'cause they're marketing the game like it was going to be hugely about Yasuke, and I kinda had a feeling it was mostly gonna be about the girl because she seemed like the only slightly interesting character. Parsing so Ubisoft really taught dumping 45 minutes of cutscene into the first 3 damn, really? First 3 hours was a good idea, and honestly, I found myself zoning out during most of them. Like Starfield. I don't even get me started with the voice acting. Oh yeah, that shit sounds like freaking AI. Like I gotta show a clip of it. It sounds like it was generated to ChatGPT. English version doesn't line. I get the audio subtitles had noticeably better experience, even with the facial animation. Holy shit. This guy even touches on more. Holy crap, dude. Yo, let's get someone really sweaty that has like a lot of hours. I want to see someone that has like sweaty hours. That's gonna be hard to find because from what I heard, the game is not even that long. Okay, the max we found is 40 hours. I wanna read it for a sweat. From what I heard, the game is not even it's not long, so that's going to be really difficult. Yes, going to be really difficult. The person with the most hours, like 40 something, I think. Let me check. Could have swear I saw someone that had like 40 something hours. Here, right here. Let's read this one. 40 hours. 40 hours, 4.6 hours. Last 2 weeks. 40 hours. Okay. And it sucks. Story is written by 5-year-old characters are insufferable and unlikable. Voice acting is terrible. Facial animations are the almost non-existent. I guess that's really Japanese, according to them. Facial animations are almost non-existent. Models clipping through each other. Combat is copy and paste of AC games. Parkour is downgrade. You can't climb everything anymore. What? Why? Microtransaction in a single player game. Yeah, they had that since like I don't freaking know. Since Creed 2 or 3. Environment is pretty, but that's about it. Typical Ubisoft viable product, uninspired corporate slot waging ideological and political warfare in customers. Give myself a permanent brain damage by jumping from the roof and landing directly on your head. You might enjoy this. Wait, a year. Buy it on sale, 50% to 75% off. I don't know what people are sell my opinion. If you don't disagree, fine. I don't need a jerk about it. Also, I see people criticizing for low playtime. I'm comparing against I experience other AC games. I play every single one of them under hundreds of hours. 2007 across multiple systems. Remember, most of the newer games were not available on Steam at launch. Also, you can't refund beyond 2 hours. So if you don't enjoy it after 2 hours, you're stuck with it. Yeah. So imagine a company, like those companies that say, "Oh, just keep playing it. It gets better." And I think in a way that's like scamming people. 'Cause if you go past the 2 hours, you need to like the game before those 2 hours. Because if you go beyond those 2 hours, you can't get a Steam refund. So I think that's really shady when games companies say, "Oh, it gets better." Yeah, most of the time when companies say that, it doesn't really get better. Companies that actually have good games don't even say it gets better. They just let people find out on their own. To be honest, what that guy said, he's actually the guy on Steam that has the most hours, and to be honest, that's the biggest sweat. I mean, there's people that play the game less that have more in-depth writing about it, but sheesh. God. Graphics are amazing, performance amazing, even on Linux and Steam Deck. Oh, we got a Linux user! So, graphics are amazing, performance amazing on Linux and Steam Deck. Quest design could be better, and certain camera behavior design by Doge employee. He said certain camera behavior was designed by Doge employees. Microtransactions, Ubisoft Connect launcher. Linux embedded seem to be bug at the moment. If I use Parallel, it's newly added to config AC channels. Yeah, basically with the repo, it performs better. So the performance on Linux at least is good. It's basically the game is shit. Updating my review just to clown on people whinging the DEI things and woke that believe or not queer people are always believe it or not, queer people always existed, so don't pretend it's about historical actually, but it's just a waste of queer people and it shows. Yeah, because Japan always has an accessibility to LGBTQ things. There was even an emperor that was actually a homosexual. Like, I hate when people review a game and they push is the DEI. I mean, like, the DEI can be good if done well, but if you're gonna talk about the DEI, just talk about how poorly the implementation is. Because a lot of times they just do it just to get their good boy brownie points. They just want to look good because they want to signal whatever that word people say. Basically, just, oh, I'm a good person, blah blah blah. Even with the recommend system requirement, getting raw pitiful with the Honduras low times and textures causing some cutscenes not to play properly, having to sit and wait for textures to render, harming the entire flow. AC is meant to be audio box, music cutting at a random point, controls, game experience on the first fine, but I mean the game works. I don't know. I don't think it's a driver issue because I don't. I mean. The thing is that I don't even know if I could count the Linux guy, because Linux people, we tend when a game doesn't run properly, we kinda try to do the most we can to make it run smoothly. But sheesh. Wait, what this guy said? This guy liked it. Wait. I love being a nigga. I like to be a nigga. I love being a nigga. I mean a ninja. That's such a troll. This is satire. They don't actually like the game. I'm pretty sure they're just being satire. I'm sorry. Yo. These people, that's a troll. But I say see yet couldn't even get past the first loading screen. You just never fails to disappoint. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, guys, as you guys could see, this game is bombing and not in the good way. I'm talking 9/11 bombing. Oh, this is so painful. So many people are getting refunded. I don't think I've ever seen a game with so many bad review. Holy shit. Look at all this. Anyway, I'm not gonna go like too in depth with this and like make like a long ass video, but if you like this video and you'd like me to go over some more of the reviews, don't forget to like, tell me in the comments if you want a part two of this video. DOS doesn't appear in the image upscaler. 104 Canadian dollars for the regular version. Oh, come on. We can't end the video now. I'm sure the game is too good. Damn. So they got like a expensive freaking GPU. Okay, I'm gonna stay here watching these. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm actually interested in these. I don't know. I might keep reading. These are so actually funny. I don't want to end the video. Pursues behavior straight up out of 2005, destroying the game experience. Assassin's Creed, but stuff doesn't matter. What's the point? I tried to like it, to give it a chance. Something about the animation. Yeah, there's a lot about that. I would not be surprised if the game was done by AI. The voice acting definitely sounds like an AI. I do like how being a ninja feels. I do like how being a samurai. However, the combat feels like Ghost Tsushima from Wish. Where Marash was step in the right direction to maintain the vibe of Assassin Creed, but Shadows feels like 8 steps back in the modern game overall. Something just feels off. The gameplay and how the characters act are animated. I really tried to enjoy it, but I couldn't get into it. I don't like being negative, but this game is boring as fuck. And to call it Assassin's Creed is weird given that Assassins and Templars conference feels basically 96. And not to mention, this may be the most boring Assassin's Creed open world explorer in my life. Given the fact that feudal Japan, you would think that one of the most interesting world. It's not nothing happens and everything moves static and extremely boring. Also, some reasons Ubisoft thinks there's a lot of warriors. Like, there's literally a fat chick samurai who apparently took a whole army. Like, what? But quite literally, the only likable character is Noah. You have to play in Japanese to like her. If you don't, you get an unintentionally comedy from a horror VA. Overall, this game is worth the most Assassin's Creed. I suggest Odyssey or hell, even Valhalla before this game. Never been this disappointed by Assassin's Creed. Stay away. Oh, by the way, performance 100 I can hold up 60 FPS on a 4070 Super. Oh, that's the same thing I have. super so good, like mid-range PC players. Not even like we were reading earlier, there's a guy with a 4090 and a 5070 that was getting like horrible performance. And apparently the DLSS is not coming up for some people, not all of them. Some people unplayable on AMD. Oh, don't worry. It doesn't play that well on NVIDIA either. So unless you're running like you're running a custom kernel or you optimize some things in Linux, but it's kind of like a hit or miss. So I don't even think that's even matters. 4.8 hours in game, around 45 minutes of actual gameplay. So it's just a bunch of cutscenes. It's a movie with occasional 1v1 fight scene. 1v1? Who the fuck wants to fight 1v1? Game is beautiful, controls are great, but the game is boring. Okay. Stray Dogs missing. CTD, all those trailing missions. Eye for an eye, I mission CTD main campaign cannot find solutions, miss crashes, still running control freezes, sometimes viewpoint freezes. Wonderful DLSS not in 6. Yeah, that's what the other guy said. That the DLSS doesn't really appear. GPU always at 99%. I'm just playing on 1920 with 10 out in medium settings. Sheesh. If Ubisoft Connect is down, you can't play the game. Hmm. Hey, wonder who said that Ubisoft Connect was gonna be problematic. For a single player game, I cannot recommend this game in current setup. It's being forced to play other games right now. You know, this one time, the game industry was so freaking dry that I literally started making YouTube videos. I started being progressive and actually teaching people online how to use Linux and things like that, because that's how bad the game industry was. I actually started studying, educating myself, just like actually learning programming. 30 XPS, poorly animated. It's so basically we're getting the same thing over and over. The game performs horrible. The OSS is not in the game. The freaking voice acting is like off Chat GPT. There's a lot of trailing missions, barely any gameplay, and when you do get a fight, you don't get multiple characters. You literally get like a 1v1, and it's just filled with a bunch of cutscenes. So it's pretty much cutscenes. So it's pretty much a whole movie, and the story is not even interesting. I can't believe they made the leader of a samurai group of an army a fat chick. Didn't girls in Japan actually used to be used to like they used to disguise them as prostitute to lure people in? Like if we want to talk about historically accurate, isn't that what they used to do? Because I remember learning in school they used to use them like they used to get these yeah, there was women that fought. It was rare, but most of the women for the most part they used them as fake prostitute to as spies to lure people in. Before the game release, Ubisoft announced this was the first Ubisoft game to not need Ubisoft Connect to play. You know, they say that about a lot of times, and they always say this thing, "Oh, we're going back to their old roots." Yeah, sure. Start the game, the first thing it does is install Ubisoft Connect, which opens every time the game front. And as for the game itself, it's still same cliche Ubisoft bore. Yeah, and then you log into Steam, you download the game, you finally think you're gonna play the game, then you open the game, you gotta log into Ubisoft Connect every time you wanna play the game. Sheesh. Then after you log into the game, it opens the Ubisoft app, then you gotta log into your Ubisoft app, you click on your Ubisoft thing, it says it needs to connect to your Steam because you don't own the game, then it has to connect to your Steam, and then you gotta run Ubisoft through Steam and from the Ubisoft inside the Steam, you gotta run Assassin's Creed Shadows. You realize how stupid that sounds? If you want your main game, like, it's why have 2 launchers? I don't know why games do that. Why you got 2 extremely big launch like, especially Ubisoft launchers, like, fucking shit. Like, why you have that inside of Steam? Wouldn't it be more convenient just to have it on Steam? Sheesh. Anyway, that's all told today. And until next time.